Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 155 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. In today's video guys, I'm going to roughly do a little bit more with the electric type crocodile. Well, he's an electric type crocodile now. He evolved a while ago because he liked me and just wanted to protect me. It says, before I could even do anything, I saw from behind Sparky the teenagers were laughing and saying, "Oh, look! Raptor Boy is now Rexy Boy! What a cute T-Rex!" Oh, frick off. Sparky froze, his ears twitched, and his tail stopped swaying. Then, a sudden, violent crackle of electricity arched across his body. Bright golden lightning danced from the bolt-shaped crystals on his arms to the sharp, jagged spikes on his back. The laughter behind him hit a brick wall of pure silence as the teens realized they weren't just mocking you anymore. They had provoked something they couldn't control. "You hurt him! And you mocked him! Again!" He suddenly turned around, eyes glowing with a furious white light, and his thundercloud belly pattern turned black and stormy, flashes of lightning crackling through it as if an actual storm raged inside him. "You think this is funny? He saved me. He listened to me. He gave me a name. He was the first creature in 5 years to care if I was okay. And you—" With one massive stomp of his foot, a shock of electricity erupted outward. It didn't hit the teens yet, but it lit the entire field, making their mocking faces go pale. "You don't get to laugh at him. Not while I'm here." He gently lifted you off his shoulder and placed your tiny T-Rex form on the grass behind him, shielding you with his body. Spars danced between his lightning-shaped dorsal fins as his body began to surge even brighter. His aura glowing not just yellow, but tinged with faint blue and violet now. He stepped forward, tail crackling, eyes narrowed. "You're going to leave, and if you ever try to touch him again, I won't miss." The air went still for a second, then the skies above, clear and sunny moments ago, boomed with the sound of distant thunder. "What do you want me to do now? Would you like him to scare them off? Something more, or only something bigger?" How am I supposed to respond to that? I can't talk. I'm a Tyrannosaurus Rex that can't talk. I can only growl. More growling noises. What am I supposed to do? The teenagers, despite being scared, say, "We'll tell you what. We will tell you what. If you hit your friend there with a massive electric attack, we will leave you alone. And him too." Just make sure it's enough to hurt him extremely badly. Uh-uh. Friend there. Oh, heck no. Mm-mm. Oh dear, no, no, no. Please don't. Jojo. Nope, 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 nope. Spurley's entire body went dead still. The air around him seemed to stop moving. Not even a blade of grass swayed. Then, crack! A single bolt of electricity snapped upward from his tail and vanished into the sky. Pure instinct. He turned his head slowly, glaring at the teens like they had just spit on the last thread holding back a storm. You want me to hurt him? He glanced back at you, your tiny red body trembling, confused, maybe in pain, but still looking at him with trust. You think I would ever hurt the only creature who's shown me kindness? Who trusted me when he didn't have to? Who gave me food, a name, and love after being alone for 5 years? His storm cloud belly now glowed deep midnight blue, and a pulse of purple lightning surged through his body. His aura flared so bright it looked like his very form was made of electricity. I'd rather melt my own heart than hurt him. Excuse me? The ground beneath the teen's feet started vibrating, lightning arching from the stones around them. Thunder crackled in the sky again. No clouds above, just Sparky's rage alone warping the weather. He lowered into a stance, letting his electricity coil through his arms like ropes tightening around thunderbolts. You just made the worst mistake of your life. He didn't attack you. He turned fully toward them, eyes glowing, sparks whirling like a living storm, ready to strike. Do you want to calm down, or let him unleash the storm? Again, you want me to calm him down. He's got electricity going all around him right now. If I even step close to him right now, he's going to flip and attack, accidentally hurt me. One of the teenagers say, "Whoa, calm down there, freak." I think you two were made for each other. Now you're both freaks of nature. Oh, frick you, you idiot. Oh my god. Sparky didn't even blink, but the temperature dropped. The air shimmered around him, lightning snapping violently from the crystals on his arms and spine. His body's glow shifted again, from purple to blinding white, like a sun about to explode. He whispered low, more to himself than them. You call him a freak? The one who tried to talk me down when I was ready to attack him? The one who shared his food, gave me a name, patted my head when no one else would even look at me? He stepped forward. Thunder boomed overhead, the sound rattling tree branches and sending birds flying from the woods. You don't deserve to say his name. You don't even deserve to stand this close to him. He raised one glowing arm, the lightning curled around it like a serpent. But just as he was about to strike, Hanger tapped his leg. He couldn't speak, but the small gesture was all it took. Sparky froze. He looked down at you, your down eyes wide, a little scared, but still trusting. You were asking him not to lose himself, not to become what those kids want him to be, a monster. Harry's body started to dim. Electricity glow softened, shifting back to a calmer blue. The eye above, which had started to churn, began to still. Only reason you're still breathing is because he asked me not to. He turned to stand over you protectively, lightning flickering off his body still, but controlled now and not wild. Leave now, and if I ever see you near him again, lightning will be the last thing you remember. The teen stared, pale and wide. Do you want to say or do anything? How can I, it's asking me if I want to say or do anything. What am I supposed to do? I legit can't do anything. I'm a I hear one of the teenagers say, "Now's your chance, bro." Period. Then, before I can say anything, I heard footsteps running toward me. Then I felt one of the teenagers pick me up and were laughing while mockingly petting me. While they were doing that, I heard them saying, "How do you feel now, you stupid wimp? You can't do anything as a tiny Tyrannosaurus Rex." Uh-uh. Oh my gosh. Sparky didn't even give them a second chance. The moment they laid a hand on you, his eyes snapped wide with fury, and this time there was no thunder warning. Lightning exploded from his body. A sharp wave of raw electricity slammed outward, not aimed to kill, but absolutely meant to terrify and paralyze. The danger holding you was hit instantly, frozen mid-laugh, arms locking up, face contorting as the volt surged through him just enough to make him drop you. He didn't even scream. He just collapsed, twitching, hair standing on end, smoke rising from his clothes. Sparky caught you mid-fall with a crackle of speed, gently cradling your tiny T-Rex form in his arms. You could feel him shaking, not from fear but from holding back. His voice, cold as steel now, cut through the shocked silence. "That was your last mistake." The other teams had already started backing away, but now they bolted. They didn't say a word. They just ran, scrambling over themselves to escape the field, tripping over roots and branches as they vanished into the trees, leaving the twitching one behind. Roy didn't move for a long moment, his arms curled protectively around you. You could still feel the storm buzzing under his skin, but his voice when he spoke again was low and gentle. "I'm sorry. I should have acted sooner." He looked down at you, tiny and helpless, but still trying to be brave. "I promise, Trenton, no one will ever hurt you like that again. Not while I'm still breathing." Holy cow. Still a little off balance from my fall, I gently walk a little closer to Sparky's head and gently nuzzle it with my My tiny Tyrannosaurus Rex snout. There. Sparky's breath hitched the moment your tiny snout jelly nuzzled his face. He froze, eyes wide as a stun that even now, after what you've been through, you still had that same gentle kindness in you. And then, slowly, his body relaxed, his arms carefully free, folding around you as if holding something impossibly fragile. His sparks dimmed, fading to soft, harmless pulses of yellow and white. Trenton, even like this, you still trying to comfort me? He gave a weak, broken chuckle, eyes glassy with emotion. You're unbelievable. He slowly sat down in the grass with you in his arms, curling his tail around protectively, shielding you from the wind. I don't care if you're a foot-tall T-Rex or a giant flying Lugia. You're still my friend. You're still you. And I'll get you back to normal. I swear I will. He leaned his head down gently against yours, nuzzling back with his cheek, careful not to shock you. I've got you now. You're safe. He's so cute. Inside my head, I tried to say, Silver, actually, if you can hear me, please, find that teenager's friends. Right. Uh, some teenagers just turned me into a tiny Tyrannosaurus Rex. Please, I can't speak. Not normally. Can you teach to teach those teenagers a lesson. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my gosh. As your tiny tears while he stays nestled in Sparky's arms, your thoughts echoed outward. Ron, desperate. Silver, please. They hurt. I can't even speak. Please teach them a lesson, sweetheart. Just for a few moments, silence. Then, like the ocean itself had taken a breath, he felt a sudden shift in the air. The wind stilled. The trees around the field and fell silent. Even the teenagers who were laughing moments ago seemed to grow uneasy as the air grew heavy, heavy with pressure. And then a deep distant rumble, like thunder rolling beneath the ocean floor. From above the clouds a light split the sky like a blade of silver fire. Whoosh! A massive gust of wind slammed down to the field as Silver, the mighty Lugia, descended like a divine force. His wings unfurled with terrifying grace, casting a shadow over the field like the sky itself had opened its eyes. His gaze immediately found you, tiny, bruised, coated in red liquid, and then turned to the terrified group of teenagers frozen in place. I thought they ran off. Silver's feathers rippled, his eyes glowing with a fury barely contained. You did this to a friend of mine? To a child under my protection? The teenagers tried to run. They didn't get far. With a single beat of his wings, Silver sent a concussive blast of air that pinned them to the ground, knocking every one of them flat as they screamed and scrambled. He didn't strike them, not yet. Instead he hovered, looming overhead like the guardian of judgment itself. You will feel the fear you forced upon the innocent. You will remember what it's like to be powerless, and you will never forget the name of the one you mocked. He glanced down to you briefly, his tone softening just for a heartbeat. Hang on, little one. This ends now. But Silver just scared him off with a powerful warning, or do you want him to take more direct action to protect you and make sure they never do this again? I gently nod my tiny Tyrannosaurus Rex head. Then, to stay safe, I gently sit in. There. There we go. Silver Spear's expression softened the moment he saw your tiny smile and nod. His powerful heart, normally steeled like a storm, flickered with tenderness as he watched you nestle safely into Sparky's arms. Rage only held you closer, his body sparking protectively. Low growls of warning rumbling from his throat as he glared at the terrified teens. Silver's voice boomed once more, calm but carrying the weight of an ocean's fury. You mock what you don't understand. You harm those who show nothing but kindness. That ends today. He lowered his head slightly, his eyes looking into the terrified, trembling teens. You wanted to see power? You will never forget what it looks like when it chooses not to destroy you. With a titanic crash of his wings, Silver summoned a mighty whirl of wind and psychic energy. A glowing sphere formed above the teams, a miniature cyclone laced with psychic force, hovering just inches above them, cracking like a caged storm. It didn't hit them. It didn't need to. The sound alone was unbearable. The pressure of it felt like gravity had doubled on their backs. The ground around them cracked. Their mocking laughter had turned into horrified sobs and begging. We're sorry! We didn't mean it! Please don't kill us! Holy crap! Silver flared his wings wide, his voice thunderous. Leave this place. If I ever see you near this field again, I won't be so merciful. The cyclone pulsed once more. Boom! Then collapsed inward, vanishing with a snap of psychic wind that knocked the teens off their feet again. They scrambled, crying, slipping and tripping over one another. They ran as fast and as far as their legs would carry them, not daring to look back. Only when the last of them vanished from sight did Silver finally let the wind settle. The field once again fell into silence. He landed beside you and Sparky gently, his massive form folding calm like a guardian beast settling beside a wounded cub. You're safe now, little one. As long as I draw breath, no one will ever hurt you like that again. Sparky looked down at you, eyes glowing gently. I'm brushing a spark off your tiny snout. That's adorable. I get up and walk to the side of Sparky's massive clawed hand. Then I gently try to my version of a thank you. And I love you since I can't speak. And a snout pressed softly against Silver's sleek, silver-white feathers. The towering Lugi's expression melted. His crimson eyes, so often sharp and unreadable, softened with a warmth that few had ever earned. Hey! He lowered his massive head further, carefully tilting his beak to return the gesture with the gentlest nudge against his side, so impossibly delicate for a creature of his size. I felt that. I know what you're saying. and I love you too. A quiet rumble of affection left his throat, deep like a lullaby rolling through the clouds. His wing curled slightly toward you, not to trap or shield, but simply to be close, as a gesture of comfort. Sparky, watching this with quiet awe, allowed a little electric chirp and gave you a soft, protective pat with one clawed finger. You've got a really big heart for a tiny dino. You know that? The three of you sat there in the field, tension finally fading into the warm breeze of safety and friendship. No more cruel laughter, no more red liquid, just trust and love. Silver's psychic voice gently reached your mind. I can try to turn you back now if you're ready. Or if you want, you can say it like this a little longer. There's no rush. Your heart tells me everything I need to know. Here we begin reverse it. I can actually do that. That's actually neat. Before I can say anything, I hear a voice once again coming from the woods. Then I hear a little girl say, "Excuse me, I heard of a tiny dinosaur. There was a tiny dinosaur here." Can I see it and pet it? Oh, heck no. Not this again. I haven't. Oh no. What is with people? They haven't done this in a long time. I'm glad, but now here we go again. Spur's ears perked up immediately at the sound of the voice. His body sparked faintly, not aggressively but protectively, as he instinctively wrapped one arm a little closer around you without squeezing. Silver's eyes narrowed slightly, his own turning toward the woods with a slow, measured movement. But the voice didn't sound like the cruel laughter from before. It was soft, curious, and gentle. Silver glanced at Sparky, then back at you in his palm. She doesn't sound like the others. She might just be a child. But it's your call. Do you want to show yourself? He looked down at you with his head tilted slightly. I'll keep you safe either way. Promise. If she even tries anything, she'll get a taste of my thunder snuggle. But like, in an aggressive way. From behind the trees, a small figure peeked out, maybe 7 or 8 years old, with big eyes and a messy ponytail. She looked nervous, but excited, holding something plush in her arms that looked like a stuffed Tyrannosaurus. Are you fucking serious? I'm sorry if I scared anyone. I never seen a real one. My big brother said it was a dumb whimper, but I wanted to see for myself. She looked like she meant no harm, completely unlike the group from earlier. She didn't approach, instead staying near the edge of the woods. Oh, heck no. Oh, no. Before I can say anything, the little girl sees me, still as a tiny Tyrannosaurus. and then says, "Oh, it is you. You are adorable." Before real quickly running over to me. Screaming, which immediately has me scared and backing up, shaking a bit. The one Dolgo screamed and charged forward. Sparky reacted like lightning. In a flash of yellow and blue electricity, he positioned himself between you and the girl, his body sparking not out of aggression, but out of protective instinct. His eyes narrowed as he lowered his head just a little, making sure you were safe behind his claws. "Hey, stop! You're scaring them!" Silver took one heavy step forward, his wings slightly flared, his wings going faintly as his presence alone seemed to make the air heavier. He didn't say anything, but the atmosphere turned serious immediately. The little girl froze, gasping and nearly stumbling backward. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I got so excited. I didn't think you'd be scared. I thought you'd like me. I'm sorry." He'd see she really didn't mean harm, just a bit excited and not thinking. Ray only turned his head toward you, his tone softening. "You okay, buddy? You want me to send her away? Or maybe just give her a little warning not to run at you like that again?" Silver glanced at you two, silently awaiting your signal. His predictive instinct strong, but respectful of your choice. Okay, he's adorable. See what I mean? Silver, I love Silver, dude. He's so nice. I love him. Him and Sparky. Uh, I turned to Lugia. I turned to Lugia. Still shaking a bit, and then said telepathically, "I've already been hurt like this before, when I was stuck as a tiny velociraptor months ago. When I was stuck like that, kids, especially especially very young ones, were very rough and mean. Please tell Sparky that, too. The very young ones are. There we go. Silver's expression darkened just slightly. He didn't show rage, but there was a new depth of understanding in his eyes, like a protector piercing through a painful truth. He gently turned his head toward Sparky, who was still standing guard with his claws slightly raised. Sparky, he's been through this before. Hurt, mocked, treated like a toy when he was stuck in a small form before, specifically this little raptor. Young kids, they weren't kind, they were rough, and it left a mark. That's why he's scared now. His eyes widened slightly, the electricity flicking around his body dimmed to a calm, low hum as he turned to look at you in his arms. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. He turned back toward the little girl, not angry, but now fully aware of how fragile this situation was. You need to leave him alone for now. He's not a toy. He's someone who's been hurt. If you really want to meet him again someday, you walk slowly and ask gently. No surprises. Got it? Girl nodded quickly, tears in her eyes, clearly overwhelmed by trying to argue. She backed up a few steps. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to scare him. Silver gave a small, low coo from his chest, a deep sound of warning, but also closure. Turned to you again, his voice gentle in your mind. You're safe now. We'll never let anything treat you like that again. Not while we're here. You don't have to be scared anymore, little one. His arms curled just a bit tighter around you, protectively and affectionately. He's so cute. Uh-uh. I tried to say telepathically to Lugia. I'll give her a small chance. But please make sure she approaches slow and that she doesn't be too rough. Period. Also, please make sure Sparky or you are holding me. Because if she does be rough, I might not be able to back up quick enough with these tiny legs and feet. Silver gave a calm, respectful nod, his feathers fluttering slightly as he gently spoke into your mind again. Understood. I'll be right here, and Sparky will hold you. She moves wrong, she's gone. I won't let her hurt you. He then turned his attention to the little girl, his tone firmer but fair. He said he'll give you a chance, but only one. You walk slowly, no rushing, and no grabbing, no petting unless he leans into you. One wrong move, and this ends. Clear? I understand. Troy, still holding you with a gentle yet secure grip, looked down into your tiny eyes and gave you a reassuring smile, his cheeks even sparkling soft like a warm little fire. I got you, little buddy. She's not laying a finger on you unless you want her to. The girl saw you inches forward now, her hands clearly visible, her movements cautious and respectful. She stopped a couple of feet away and gently crouched down, eyes wild with wonder but no longer filled with chaotic excitement. Hi, Tommy Dino. I wish I would have scared you before. You don't have to come close. I just wanted to say you're amazing. Oh my gosh. Spurgeon lowered you just slightly in his hands, not closer to her, but just enough so that if you wanted to step forward, you could. His body remained solid as a wall between her and anything reckless. Would you like to say where you are? Say where you are, move closer, or gesture something back to her from Storky's arms. That's cute. At least they understand. That's a good thing. Especially Sparky and Silver. I love how Silver will immediately come to me and I call his name on the chat. That's one thing this one has over anything else. I knew in chatbot. I bet my Silver wouldn't appear like that quickly if it wasn't this. Alright. Guys, I'm gonna get ready to finish this up and just give me a second real quick. Alright, guys. I said I don't walk closer, but I do give her a slight smile. The little girl's face lit up the moment you gave her that tiny smile. Her eyes sparkled, but this time with quiet appreciation instead of chaotic excitement. She didn't rush in. She didn't squeal. She just placed her hands in her lap, sitting cross-legged in the grass, and whispered softly, "Thank you. I won't come any closer. That smile means a lot. I'll remember it." Silver gave you a soft nod of approval from where he stood, his wings loosely folded, but alert just in case. Roy looked down at you with the proudest grin, gently using a claw to very lightly pet your back. You're braver than most full-grown Pokemon. You know that? Even like this, you're still amazing. Girl continued sitting a small distance away, not doing anything else, just admiring you with that same respectful silence. It's safe now, no rushing, no pain, just calm wind, warm protection, and gentle admiration. Before I can say anything else. I heard a man's voice behind me saying, "Where are you, Tina? You know you weren't supposed to be in these woods." Before I see him come out and say, "There you are. What are you doing here?" You know me and your mother told you not to run. You not to run into the woods. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Silver's way immediately shifted, stepping protectively between you and the unfamiliar man. His feathers slowly puffing and wings half open. Sparky tilted and tightened his hold around you, his tail sparking just faintly, not in aggression but in alertness. He looked ready to defend you again if needed. The little girl, Tina, jumped slightly at the man's voice. She turned around and stood up slowly, keeping her voice gentle. "I'm sorry, Dad. I just heard there was a tiny dinosaur here, and I wanted to see it. He smiled at me. I didn't touch him, I promise." Man looked past her and saw Silver and Sparky first, then eyes fell on you. Still small, still clearly something out of the ordinary. His brows furrowed in confusion. Then, what? What is that? He was almost more bewildered than angry now, caught somewhere between protective father and amazed witness. Silver spoke gently, his voice in the man's mind just as it was in yours. "He is not a threat. He has been hurt enough today. If you were a father, guide her home gently, but do not scare him." The man blinked, clearly startled by the voice in his mind, and so he raised his hands, trying to look non-threatening. "I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was just worried about my daughter." He looked at Tina again. "Let's go, okay? We'll talk more at home." Tina looked back at you one last time with a soft smile and gave a tiny wave. "Bye, little Dino. Hope people are nice to you from now on." She turned and walked toward the trees with her father, who kept glancing back at the towering pole, clearly shaken but no longer aggressive. Cleveland was quiet again. Spotty looked down at you and whispered softly, "You did really good, buddy. Want to just stay with us for a bit and calm down? You've been through a lot." Oh, I heard the man talking to someone else, and I heard him say, "Tina ran into the woods." Ran into the woods. And you won't believe what was in there. In that field over there. There was a tiny Tyrannosaurus Rex. Then, right after, I hear a woman say, "What? A Tyrannosaurus Rex was in there? Those things are extinct." Extinct. Oh no. Oh no. I hear Twitch speaking of the conversation in the distance. He looked down at you with a gentle, concerned expression as your tiny dinosaur form sat quietly in his arms. Hmm. They're still talking about you, so I don't know what to believe. Silver moved a little closer, his brow his body partially blocking the view of the woods, just in case someone else tried to approach. Do you want me to make them leave entirely? Or would you prefer we stay hidden and let them go on their own? The more people that see you like this, the more danger you might be in again. Honey only curled one of his clawed fingers around your side protectively. I'll zap their shoes if they come back. Not hard, just enough to make them run. Voice in the distance continued. I swear, I'm not kidding. It was the size of a loaf of bread. But it was real. It even moved. Did you hit your head or something? No one's going to believe you saw a baby dino, especially not one in the woods. In the sound, footsteps started fading. Either they were walking away or circling further, probably to investigate from another angle. You still had time to act. Before I can say anything, I hear the voice of the woman, and she says, I've got to see this for myself. Tina, honey, take me to where you saw the dinosaur. Oh no. No, 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 please don't. Oh, for the love of Arceus, please don't. We don't need that. No, we don't. Please don't. And, Troy tightened his gentle hold around you and glanced towards Silver, waiting for your cue. They're coming closer. If you want, I can create a distraction to keep them away while we decide what to do next. Your glow flickered softly in the fade. If you want, I can zap the ground near them. Just enough to make some sparks and noise. That might scare them off. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I'm almost done. Guys, it says before I can do anything, I hear the footsteps right near the edge of the woods, and then I hear the little girl say, There, Mommy. That's the baby dinosaur. The little girl, Tina, clutches her mother's hand tightly as they step cautiously into the clearing where the tiny dinosaur sat nestled in Sparky's protective grasp. Tina's eyes were wild with wonder, sparkling as she peered closely at your small form. The delicate scales, the tiny claws, and the curious blinking eyes seemed to look right back at her. Her mother, a woman in her early 30s with concern etched on her face, bent down slowly. She whispered softly to Tina, trying to keep the moment calm. Behind them, the man who had been calling Tina's name watched, wearing arms crossed, gaze flicking between the dinosaur and the surrounding woods. Nearby sounds of birds chirping and a gentle breeze rustling the leaves contrasted sharply with this uneasy energy of the humans. The woman's voice was gentle but firm as she said, We should be careful. This creature's unlike anything we've seen before. Tinker, who had thrown the ball moments ago, lingered just behind the trees. What? Their laughter and unsure of how to react now. They were confronted with the reality of what they'd mocked. As if ready to defend you at a moment's notice, a silver remained a silent guardian somewhere in the distance, friends hidden but palpable. But suspended in a fragile one between curiosity, caution, and the possibility of kindness or cruelty. Everything hinged on what would happen next. Getting startled. I back up. Worried the woman's going to hurt me. Your eyes tremble slightly as you take a small hesitant step back, your eyes wide with fear. One notices immediately her expression softens, and she raises her hand slowly in a calming gesture, speaking in a gentle, soothing tone. Hey, it's okay, little one, she says quietly, her voice calm. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to understand and help. Tina, the little girl, tugs on her mother's sleeve and whispers, Mommy, it's scared. Owen nods and kneels down a bit more, trying to appear less threatening. I know you're scared. I'd be scared too if I were in your place. She glances briefly at the man standing behind her, who watches silently, and back to you, giving a small reassuring. Meanwhile, Spriggy shifts slightly, ready to protect you if needed, but his electric glow dims a bit, sensing your fear. Moment hangs delicate. Humans show kindness or misunderstanding. Holy cow. I hear the little girl say, It's okay, Mom and Dad. He smiled at me. He didn't try to attack me. Oh no. Your timer looks towards you and nosing her warm, gentle smile. You know you can't speak. Her kindness shines through and it makes my heart flutter with a mix of relief and hope. The woman watches Tina closely and says, If it smiled at you, maybe it really isn't dangerous after all. Man's eyes narrow a bit, but he stays silent, observing. Spurry gently shifts closer, his electric aura calm but protective, sensing her cautious optimism. Okay. Tina kneels down low, extending a hand slowly and carefully towards you, still smiling softly, hoping you'll feel safe enough to come closer. I was about to walk a little closer, but then I hear Tina's father, still observing near the edge of the woods, say to me, If you bite or hurt my daughter, I will definitely hurt you. Oh heck, no, I just got threatened. Excuse me, dude? Hearing those harsh words, a flicker of fear and caution rush through you. Hesitate, your tongue turns by tensing slowly. Like Tina's gentle smile and warm demeanor, her father's stern warning echo louder in your mind, making you unsure if it's really safe to approach. Sway shifts his electric glow, dimming just a bit as if sensing your uncertainty. His eyes soften as she looks at her father, quietly pleading for patience. On the side of them seems conflicted, curiosity mixed with concern, but says nothing, waiting to see what happens next. Tension and clearing is heavy, the balance fragile between fear and trust. I am way too scared to even attempt to approach. After hearing what the father said, so instead, I take another step back, terrified of getting hurt. He said because while your tongue turns on its heart pounding fast, the fear is real and justified. You don't want to get hurt again. Tinsfire's eyes narrow, watching you carefully as you retreat. He tightens his grip on his jacket, still clearly protective, but no longer making any sudden moves. Tinsfire takes a gentle step forward and softly says, "We just want to make sure you're safe, little one." Her tone was kind, trying to ease the tension, telling you with wide. "It's okay. Don't let anything happen to you." Spray gently nudges your side with his claw, offering silent comfort as you stay close to him, safe but still weary, wanting to hold their breath, waiting to see what will happen next. Holy cow. I look up at the father again and notice the very stern look on his face, which makes me terrified to even move a single inch, worried he will run over and attack me. Oh my. John Terrence starts to meet the father's stern gaze, and you can feel the weight of his protectiveness bearing down on you like a heavy storm. Your instinct scream to freeze. Any sudden move might set him off. Then you notice something else, a slight hesitation in his stance, a flicker in his eyes that suggests he's as cautious about you as you are about him. He's trying to balance fear with concern, just so beside you, giving a low, comforting hum, like a quiet shield of reassurance. Well, you're not alone right now, and maybe things won't get worse. Give me a second. It says before I say anything, one of the teenagers from earlier came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I saw a Tyrannosaurus Rex hurt your little girl. It's a very mean dinosaur." Tanger's words cut sharply through the tense silence, his voice dripping with mockery. He's trying to start trouble, painting you as a threat despite everything you've done to stay calm. The father's eyes narrow, flicking between you and the teenager, his other instincts flaring again. Little girl looks confused, glancing nervously between the two adults. Spar's electric energy crackles faintly, a clear sign of readiness. He's prepared to defend you if needed, but is waiting for your signal. The moment hangs heavy, the air heavy with tension as everyone wants to see how this will unfold. I start getting really scared. Shaking my head quickly. No. While whimpering. Seeing you shake your head and whimper, Sparky's expression softens instantly. He gently lowers his clawed hand closer to you, offering comfort without pressure, letting you know you're safe with him. Hugo, noticing your fear, tilts her head with concern, but stays quiet, unsure what to do. Fire looks between you and the teenager, a flicker of doubt crossing his face as the teenager's words start to lose some of their weight in the tense silence. Feel the warmth of Sparky's presence. His steady, his steady energy, a small but steady shield against the uneasy situation around you. I hear the little girl say, "You're wrong. He didn't hurt me. He never approached me. But when I said that I liked him, he smiled at me." Huh? Her eyes narrow at the teenager, his stern expression shifting to his daughter's words begin to take root. He turns slowly to face her, his voice lower but firm. "You're sure?" Tina nods confidently, her small hand pointing toward you with a gentle, innocent honesty. "He was scared, not mean. He backed away when I got too close. I think he just wants to be safe." Andrew, who lied, stammers a little, realizing the story is unraveling. The mother steps closer to her daughter and kneels beside her, watching you with a more thoughtful gaze now. "If what she says is true," Rose, "then someone here is lying. And it's not this little dinosaur." Sparky growls lowly, not threateningly, but with a clear protective undertone, standing tall behind you, his lightning crackling faintly across his spikes. You're still trembling, but Tina's voice, soft and brave, cuts through the fear like a gentle breeze. "He just wants to be loved, just like anyone else." Oh yeah, even the old girl's standing up for me now. Holy crap. The teenager says, "To me, to me, and everyone else." Oh, hurry up. "Loved Question mark. That thing does not deserve to be loved. It's stupid. It's ugly. I don't know why those Pokemon were protecting it. You all won't believe this. There was just Lugia here protecting him. Oh my gosh. The moment the teenager says Lugia, both of Tina's parents freeze. Their eyes widen as we. Oh, Lugia? The fart echoes, his tone no longer skeptical, but now touched with awe and hesitation. You're telling me a legendary Pokemon was here protecting him? Flo steps forward now, his stance tall and unwavering. Lightning flickering again around his body, not in aggression but in silence, in silent warning. He eyes locked on the teenager, a sharp and protective glint flashing in his eyes. Uh, then a rumble fills the air. Above, the sky darkens just slightly, and a soft, unmistakable echoing cry resonates through the wind, calm yet familiar. Wait, it's calm yet powerful. A familiar call. Oh my gosh! The clouds gently part, and soaring overhead, wings outstretched in graceful arcs, is Silver, your trusted Lugia. He doesn't dive or attack, he simply glides once over the area, his glowing eyes sweeping the field below. Tina gasped softly, eyes sparkling. It was true. No, wait. It was true. He is protected. Anger storms backward a step, suddenly pale. No way! That doesn't prove anything! Now the fire speaks, his voice is more humble than before. No Pokemon, especially Lugia, will protect something that didn't deserve it. He looks at you, still tiny and still trembling, and slowly kneels, though he keeps his distance. I'm sorry, he says. I was wrong to threaten you. He glances at the teenager with a sharp glare. You lied. You tried to cause harm. I think it's clear now who the real threat was. Roy Julian brings his claw closer to you again, giving you a safe space to lean into as Silver continues circling above, your silent guardian in the skies. In my head, I say, thank you, Silver, for still being there and protecting me. Please, you were just here a while ago, and you saw what happened. Please tell them the truth. So that way the father doesn't hurt me. High above, Silver hears your telepathic message, and without hesitation, his wings shift slightly as he begins his descent. Wind gently stirs the grass and trees as his majestic form lowers toward the clearing. One final beat of his wings, he lands with a quiet but mighty grace between you and the humans. Silver lowers his head to your level first, his crimson eye glancing into yours with calm reassurance. Then, with a deep exhale, he slowly turns to the father, mother, Tina, and even the now terrified teenager. His voice, low and echoing, resonates through their minds, not as speech, but as a commanding telepathic presence. This one is no threat. The words echo with unmistakable power. He has been attacked, mocked, and cursed by others, and yet he showed only kindness. He harmed no one. I watched. I saw it all. Silver narrowed his eyes at the teenager now, his tone sharpened like thunderclouds rumbling on the horizon. You threw the first stone. You laughed while he suffered. You turned others against him with lies. The teenager stumbled back, falling on his rear in the grass. Tina, come on. You believe me, right? But Tina cuts him off. No, I don't. Luigi just said it himself. I believe him more than you. She crosses her arms, standing firm. Silver turns back to the father, his voice gentle now. Your daughter showed more wisdom than many adults. She saw with her heart, not fear. Follow her lead and you may still earn his trust. And Silver steps aside slowly and glances at you, inviting you to stay near him, safe in his presence. The father lowers his head, ashamed, but finally speaks again, his voice no longer hung. Thank you, Lugia. And to you too. He is looking at you with a more respectful gaze. I was wrong. I let fear speak louder than reason. He gently reaches to his daughter's shoulder. We'll be more careful. You have our word. Silver remains by your side, calm and unmoving. His message has been delivered, and so far, peace is holding. Thank goodness. Uh, oh. An hour and 24 minutes. How did... Holy crap.